where you're at in regards to everything. And they're doing this diocese-wide, so every school in the diocese is doing it. I think our diocese is averaging like a B- or a C+ for all its employees. Not bad. Better if it was a B+, but like mine, she gives me a C. A C goes into part of my grade, or a C- because I'm diabetic. I'm like, I can't help being diabetic. I'm in great health for a diabetic. I just, that's something I have. Check my A1Cs and those things. All my checkups are really, really good when I do them. So that'll help. Maybe a workout group. Maybe something like that goes along. I know all the places in Des Moines down there. Principal, they have, I think, 2 different workout areas for their employees. They can take an hour lunch and go to their workout. They get incentives for cheaper insurance, group insurance, and then even some give a wellness kickback in your check so much every month. If you meet a certain criteria, maybe you get $50 a month put back in your check. So, good incentives to try and do that to keep people healthy. And how your decisions impact your health can hopefully inspire you to promote wellness and prevent disease. Health triangle, balance. All 3 sides of it, okay? It benefits social, mental, emotional, and physical. Physical is probably the first thing that we think about. Alright, mental, emotional. If you feel better, you're going to feel better mentally about yourself. And if you feel better physically, you're going to feel better about yourself. Lifestyle factors. What are lifestyle factors? Anybody know? John? Contribute to how you live. Okay?
8 hours of sleep.
8 hours of sleep might be a lifestyle factor. Okay? Eating McDonald's 5 days a week might be a lifestyle factor. Good or bad, it might be. Alright? Trying to exercise 4 times a week. Lifestyle factor. Making sure you have some type of relaxation, downtime, time to yourself, mental time. Alright? That's a lifestyle factor. High risk on the job, stress, move. That can lead to problems. Okay? Stress leads to a lot with people. Some people handle stress better than others. But that's what lifestyle factors are. Personal habits, how you live. I'm sure mine is way different than what yours is. Probably because of my diet more than anything else. But it's how we live, what's going to contribute to what we're doing. And how we're living. See, we're out of time.
We're doing a blood drive this year.
They sent me an email about doing it, and I don't know if we're going to do it yet or not. I have to find an open date. A blood drive. The blood center comes in and they do a blood drive here. They just had one out on the high last week.
So we do donate a lot of blood.
Yeah, and we donate blood and it goes to the Life Center because there's a big need for blood. So I haven't decided if we're going to do it yet or not. We've done it in the past. The gentleman from Blood Center contacted me. So if we do end up doing it, it would be in April, but the gym is closed so much in April, the old gym, between prom, gala, and there's a lot. So we'll have to wait and see if it fits in. I told the guy I would get back to him, but I haven't got back to him yet. I will read announcements in 1 second. A little bit, just a reminder on the collage. I'll get you some 11 by 17 paper if you don't have it. Pictures, environment, water, exercise, food, healthy food, churches, parks, maybe garbage, maybe show the other side of unhealthy environments.
Do you know how long our health talk will last on Monday? Which is at 10:30, so we'll be back for this class.
How long? What will last on Monday?
We have a health talk. It's about disorders.
Oh, it's about eating disorders. I think Mr. Berkland said it's going to be an hour.
Okay, so then
We
we
do
might
that.
miss the beginning of this.
Yeah. Do you come
We'll
back?
probably come back during this. It's like an hour because we leave at 10:30.
Okay.
It's 10:30.
And then we won't be here Tuesday either.
Okay.
Because we have musical club too
Oh wow.
in Mason City.
Wow. You guys, we got a couple days next week. Okay. Positive lifestyle factors. Talk about this, then I'll read announcements before we get out of here. 8 hours sleep, we talked about that. Healthy breakfast. I haven't preached about breakfast yet, but when we get into Unit 4 and we talk about that, and you're keeping your 7-day on your phone or your tablet for MyFitnessPal, then we'll see how many of you eat breakfast every day. Nutritious foods. Breakfast is the most important. I'll preach about that more. We talked about all these, along with maintaining a healthy weight, no tobacco, abstain from the use of alcohol, and what is that, 6 there? So a couple of those are doubled up. But live a longer, healthier life, we listed 5. And what's the last one we put in? Spiritual life, okay? Spiritual life and health. So we'll pick up there on Monday. If you have not read all of 3 as I was lecturing from it, make sure that you have it read by Monday. And then we'll go into Lesson 4 also. So if over the weekend you want to read 3 and 4, it wouldn't be a bad idea. Just a second, I'll get announcements here real quick. I think this is...
Does it matter if we fold the paper? Do you care about that or not?
No, I don't care if you fold your paper. No, that's fine. Any students who would like to help Gala 11 preview party, please stop at the development office into the day-to-day. Any students interested in UNI business trip March 3rd, let Mrs. Vasky know by Monday. Good luck Quiz Bowl team Saturday in Waukee. The Suburban leaves at 6:10. Ooh, early morning. No ice cream served during lunch next Monday through Friday. Because of the dance squad spring show, no intramural Sunday. Games for this week will be postponed until next Sunday. Come enjoy the dance squad as they present an enchanted evening of dance. The spring dance show Sunday at 4 p.m. in the Bishop Garrigan Gymnasium. $5 admission fee. Ice cream cards must be purchased in the office. $5 or $10 denomination. Garrigan Daycare at Seton looking for some help. 6:30 to 8 in the morning and 3:30 to 5:30. Must be 16 years old. Please see Mrs. Pearson if you're interested. Eating disorder program at the library Monday, 9 o'clock freshmen, 10:30 sophomores, and then Wednesday juniors and seniors. Students will meet in the main lobby when they're called. Attention students interested in participating in the Envirothon of World Food. See Mr. Bodie by March. Let him know. KC Sweetheart Dance Dinner tomorrow night. Juniors need to help serve for after prom. Please sign up for spring play. Remind to stay up on the changes. Scholarships and diamonds. Donate $5 to after prom for every tux that you rent from them. Okay? Very good for tonight. Please, thanks. Have a good weekend. Good luck tonight. Girls basketball.
Do you want me to collect them?
If you want, that'd be great. No, just that's okay. I know what it is. It's in the grade book, so just as long as your name's on it, I will appreciate it. We're not missing anybody? All 12 are here? Okay, I'll get booted up here, and then we'll review a little bit from yesterday. Go over a few things. Where did we leave off at? Anybody know in the notes where we left off at? I didn't mark my... Environment?
No,
We ended at media and technology.
yeah.
Media technology? Okay, very good. Thank you. Okay, and just a little reminder, I'll give you a date on the, collage. It won't be for a while yet, but if you want to start working on it a little bit piece by piece, that is fine. That way you'll have it done ahead of time. What's it doing way down here? So a little bit of review from yesterday before we get going today. If we left off at, what did you say, environment?
No.
Media and technology.
Media and technology, okay? And got the new terms up on the word wall. So we're here in media, technology media. So environment, heredity. All those yesterday that we went over and lectured on, I'm going to try and boot up a little bit here. So we'll get up to the media, influences on our health, all right, different things, and make sure you get some of these things in your, or on your collage. Maybe a picture of a kid at the park, biking, somebody playing basketball, physical environment, include your culture, include behavior, media if you want to a little bit. Heredity we talked about. What? What's heredity, B-Rad? It is your genes. It's what your parents hand down to you, okay? Biological traits come from your parents, grandparents. Sometimes they're good, sometimes they're not as good. Handed on down, okay? Environment and the sum of our environment, physical areas, the people, and the culture. And we said yesterday our culture is made up of a lot of agriculture, farm stuff, okay? Big agriculture environment here in Algona. A lot of blue-collar workers. And then physical environment, neighborhood safety, school safety, all that. So review from yesterday. And we talked about water quality in our country. Anywhere you go in our country, you can go to a water fountain and drink from coast to coast, and you won't get sick. Social environment, people around you and the peers of your same age, how they can influence you. We got through culture, didn't we?
Yeah.
Okay, culture we talked about, beliefs, customs, religions, foods, language of a certain group. Okay, different cultures' influence. Talked about the influence they had in Belmont, area, Clarion, Eagle Grove, Humboldt, with the Hispanic people that are working and living there. The attitude, behavior, and we're going to get into high-risk behaviors today and cumulative risks when we get into lesson 3. So media, constant presence of media, significant influence on your decisions. And media, the various methods for communicating information. What you see, you can open that, Brad, if you want. What you see from everybody else, and we'll talk about that a little bit more. Got my little guy to talk today. Oh, it's not plugged in. Worked this morning. Won't work, it's not plugged in.
Media, various methods of communicating information.
I like that. Little guy talking. Okay? And we'll talk about that a little bit more. Media is content is delivered via technology. So radio, television, internet is the technology aspect of it. Okay? And we said that we can find anything we want on the internet, good or bad. Everything's on there. And if you don't like the answer you get, you can probably go and find another answer somewhere within it.
Technology, radio, television, and the internet.
Did we talk about websites yesterday? Okay, .gov, .edu. Reliable, trustworthy websites. Organizations, American Heart Association, American Medical Association, CDC, and we'll start to talk about the CDC today a little bit. And understanding influences, we talked about this. Take control of your health, factors that influence it. So a lot of different things influence your health, and we'll talk about that a little bit more, and factors. People at your age probably don't think about it near as much as people at my age do. Heredity, biological traits. Environment, 3 types. Physical, social, and culture. You probably need to know those for the test, I would imagine. And 2 ways that media and technology influence you. Role models to emulate, celebrities, people you see, sports athletes, okay, professional athletes. Sets norms for how people behave, what they're going to follow, what they don't, okay? And there at the bottom, the little last one before the semicolon, the internet may provide incorrect health information. It's not always true. Wikipedia is kind of shaky. The Mayo website's very good. CDC website's very good. American Medical Association website's very good. American Heart's very good. American Cancer Society very good. Those are very, very reliable. Okay? So we're going to move on to lesson 3, health risks and behavior. And we'll start to talk about cumulative risks and other risks that come along with what we're going to do. Risk behaviors can harm your health, but are steps you can take to avoid and reduce these risks. a lot of different steps that we can do. Get to the right page here. Cluster chart we made the other day about health. Cluster chart today a little bit. Health risks in the middle. What are some things we can plug in around health risks? That's what we're going to talk about. I don't have it on the board because I have the overhead on. What can we plug in with health risks? Anybody know? Laurel?
Drugs.
Drugs. Okay? Drugs would be a very easy one for health risks. I'll just put HR for health risks. Drugs. What else?
Eating healthy.
Yeah. Diet is a big one. Fast food. Another one we can plug in more as we go along. So there's steps you can do to reduce them. Vocabulary for this section. Risk behaviors, cumulative risks, prevention, abstinence, lifestyle factors. Some of these risk behaviors, cumulative risks we talk about in driver's ed a little bit. Mr. Patterson does his little thing with the roll-up pieces of paper. And can you catch one or catch more than one? So we want to identify what health risks are. There's a pretty nice chart on page 17 in there about teens. And I think that copyright this book's 09, so this chart was probably somewhere 09 or previous about it, and it just kind of gives percentages. If you look on the left, it gives you the behaviors and lists them by the bar graph, and at the bottom, percentage of teens. Okay? Pretty good. 90% of teens wear the safety belt. Wish it was 100%. Alright? Everybody here wear the safety belt? Hope so. Okay, you should. Alright? Next one, cigarettes. 90% or less smoke cigarettes. Very good. What's the next color there? Red? Is that alcohol?
Yeah.
Okay, so what's that, 85%?
Yeah.
Roughly, okay? Probably about normal, okay? Maybe a little bit low depending on the age. If you're a junior, senior, sophomore, freshman, okay? 90% no illicit drug use, which is very, very good. And then the last one, participated in activities or various physical, strenuous activities 3 to 6 times a week, it says. Is that right? 3 or more days a week. And that's around 65% or a little bit under. So not bad. Like to see that at 90 or higher for sure. You can control most risk behaviors. They're actions that can potentially threaten your health or health of others. So we'll talk about that. We'll talk a little bit about that, about driving. We'll talk a little bit about that, other activities you might do. Four-wheeling, motorcycle riding, other things like that the young kids do. So if you avoid the more risks, you can help protect and promote your health. You'll need to know this term, Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, the CDC. They do what's called a, let's see, I put it on the board. YRBS, Youth Behavior Risk Survey. And they go and they survey people your age about what they do often and what they don't do. So from the survey, they come with the most significant risks. Number 1, tobacco use. Number 2, unhealthy dietary behaviors. Okay, and that can continue to last on longer than probably what you're thinking about your age. Inadequate physical activity. That's a big one. That's probably moving its way up there. Alcohol, drug use. Sexual behaviors, number 5. And 6, behaviors that contribute to injuries and violence. CDC keeps track of everything. Outbreaks of measles, outbreaks of STDs, percentage of different types of cancer in our country, how many measles cases, and certain different STDs that are reported to a hospital, to a clinic, that have to be reported to the state health organization. CDC combines with the WHO, which is the World Health Organization, which you'll need to know that term too, but we'll talk about a little more later, about everything that's going on in the world and the country. CDC worries about the United States, but they also travel throughout the world to help out. Okay, we'll see a movie on that later in the semester when we watch Outbreak. Ebola, big scare 2 years ago. That was the big push and the big thing we were worried about. There were some cases in the United States. Some Africans came, people from Western Africa came, brought it. A couple Americans contracted it at the hospital. We're going to see a little bit of a piece on that from 60 Minutes about the nursing and care team that took care of that gentleman at Austin Presbyterian Medical Center. So, a year and a half ago, had a epidemic of measles. Anybody know where? Southwestern United States. Anybody know where? Nope. Phoenix, Arizona. They had like 2,000 to 4,000 cases or more in elementary and high schools in the Phoenix area. Okay, that's an epidemic. If it spreads in an area, it's an epidemic. If it spreads worldwide, what is it? Pandemic. Very good. We'll learn more about that later. So epidemics, CDC keeps track of that. They keep track of pandemics. So anything that's going on, they're able to tell you about. You can go on their website. They update stuff usually every 5 years. So last year you could get stuff from 2010. You should now be able to go on their website and get stuff from 2015, and that would be the most update for cases and situations and outbreaks that have happened in the United States. Risk behaviors carry significant consequences. And we're going to talk a little bit about short and long term, okay? And some can be even fatal. Obviously, some things you do over a long period of time are going to affect you. I think we'll give you an example here shortly of short and long term effects of smoking, just as an example. Okay? You eat McDonald's every day of the week for 10, 15 years, it won't take that long. There's a movie called Supersize It. Anybody seen that? You see it? Mrs. Wonder used to teach it when she was teaching health. This guy eats McDonald's every meal for a month. No, I think it's a month. He gains like 30, 40 pounds, something like that. He ate every meal for a month, gained 30-some pounds by that because of all the fat content in that. So that's a bit of an extreme aspect of it. But we'll talk about those things a little bit. Consequences, short and long term. So here's the example. Short-term consequences of tobacco use, long-term consequences. Bad breath. You get that smoker's breath. Yellow teeth. Nicotine stains your teeth. And headaches. The nicotine can cause headaches in people. Long-term, lung cancer, emphysema, heart disease. Over a long time period of use. And also, that's smoking tobacco, but smokeless tobacco not safe either. Gum disease, tooth loss, tongue cancer, mouth cancer, esophageal cancer, stomach cancer, all different types of things. You guys have way more information about all this stuff than I did in 1983 when I was a junior in high school. A lot more, and that's a good thing. We know more about it than we did 30 years ago. So the information's out there a little bit easier for you. Hopefully the long-term consequences don't get to that point. They stop using tobacco before they get there. Cumulative risk. This is the little test Mr. Patterson does. Who had me for driver's ed, or Mr. Patterson? Okay. So first day of class, he comes up, he brings a student up and says, "Okay, Logan, can you drive at night?" And he throws one little ball to him and Logan catches it. He says, "Put it down," puts it down. "Okay, Logan, can you drive on bad tires?" Yep, Logan catches it, no problem. "Logan, can you drive while you're on your cell phone?" Throws it. Yep, you can catch it. Okay. "Logan, can you drive if you've had maybe 1 or 2 drinks?" Throws it. Logan catches it. Now he picks up 5 things. "Can you drive at night in the fog, bad tires while you've been drinking on your cell phone?" Fumble for it. That's cumulative risk. More than one thing adding up. That's what cumulative means, right? The total or the sum up. The culmination. So, the related risks that add with each added risk. So if you're a bike rider, I like riding, and I ride on the blacktops a lot because we don't have real good bike paths here. I wear my helmet. I know some people think that's dorky, but I wear my helmet. Now, if the semi hits me, is that helmet going to save my life? No, it's not. But if I'm forced off by a car and I go in the ditch and hit my head on a fence post, then it's probably going to deter what the accident might have happened, okay? So, wearing a helmet when biking, things like that. Wearing a helmet when you're four-wheeling, or side-by-siding, or snowmobiling, all those things. Law, you have to wear snowmobile, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I figured it was.
It's
ATV law too, or not?
It's different because in Wisconsin, when I go, I see people not wearing their helmet when they're four-wheeling. Snowmobiling, I think you do, but I don't know why it's different, because it's all governed by DNR up there.
Yeah, I would think so. So I'm pretty sure in Iowa it would be. You would have to wear a helmet.
Wait, do you have to wear a helmet when you four-wheel?
You don't have to, but I think a lot of times if you're on like a park area that's got the trails and stuff that you ride,
That's state park.
they'll stop you, they make it mandatory. Now, crazy one, what Joe get stopped for up there that time? He was up ice fishing 2 years ago in December, and he was hauling kids out to the ice house and back on four-wheelers. Under 12 or 15 up there, everybody has to have a helmet on while they're riding a four-wheeler. And he was hauling kids out, and he got a ticket for that because they didn't have helmets on. So if you want to check local rules, laws, what they are, because it does make a difference. You wouldn't want to have to pay a ticket you don't want to. So cumulative risk. Drinking when you're on a four-wheeling trip or snowmobiling trip. I know a lot of that goes on with adults and that. Still a cumulative risk in that aspect. So we'll talk about risk and consequences. This is kind of what we talked about. Using a cell phone while driving is a risk. Increased with driving. Speeding and cell phone. Talked about that. Good examples. Both at the same time, that's your cumulative risk. Adds them both together. Alright? Eating bad food, if you're diabetic, eating candy all the time, that'd be a cumulative risk that you wouldn't want to take. Those things all add together. How do you avoid or reduce risks? Minimize them as much as you can. Wear your safety belt. Don't be on your cell phone. Wear a helmet. Don't swim somewhere that you don't know if it's safe or not. I had a kid 1 year ahead of me at Dowling. He was swimming with his family. Dove in somewhere where they were swimming at. It was like a pit or something. Hit a rock. Didn't break his neck, but cracked 3 cervical vertebrae. Luckily, he didn't break his neck. Had to wear a neck brace for about 9 months. McCarthy kid. He's lucky. Sometimes that happens to people that dive out of a boat, not sure how deep it is. It can happen. So those things reduce your risk. I'm not a Sally, but I try not to take any more risks than I have to. I'm not a speeder. I've never been a speeder. Even when I was young and driving, never had a real powerful fast car, so that probably had something to do with it. One of my best friends, Leadfoot. He was on SR22 insurance before he was 17. Everybody know what SR22 is? It's high-risk insurance. He had 3 tickets in like 4 or 5 months. Had to go on SR22 insurance, and it costs about, insurance is already expensive for you guys. It's about 3 to 4 times what the normal rate would be. If you get an OWI, you're automatically put on SR22 for a certain amount of time. And Kurt was on SR22, I think our sophomore, junior year. He's just a Leadfoot. He just stomped on it, still kind of drives like that today. Still, I think it relates. He's involved with NASCAR a lot, and so I think that might have a little bit to do with it. But he's a fast driver. But again, cumulative risk. Drive the speed limit. Drive 60 and a 55. Don't drive 85 and 55. Don't drive 55 down Finn Drive. Reduce your exposure. Who's driving 55 down Finn Drive? I just made that up.
I just Ralph.
Oh, Ralph is driving
I don't
55?
think he does, because I follow him some days.
Oh, okay.
You
Well,
know,
Ralph
perhaps-
is driving 55 and a 35. That wouldn't be good.
It wouldn't surprise you.
That's something
No,
wrong.
I mean, not surprised you, Ralph. He doesn't look like he gets up very early in the morning. Brain development has a little bit to do with your, not inclination, but your probability to take more risks than old people like me. When I was 16, 17, 18, I took risks, all right? Probably did some things I shouldn't have done. A friend of mine had an International Harvester Scout, had big Mickey Thompson tires on it. Kind of like a Jeep, except they had kind of a hard top on it. They don't think they make them anymore, but he had an Army green, it wasn't Army decorated, green Scout, and he lived out by the airport in Des Moines, kind of on the edge of town. And we'd take a gravel road past the airport and turn, and then go over a railroad crossing. Well, the railroad crossing there wasn't guarded, but it had the crossbucks. And if you go fast enough, you catch some air going over the railroad crossing. Was that smart? No. But we'd be buckled in, and Tom would stomp on it when we'd go around the corner, hit it, and we'd catch a little air going over the top of it. We were going to jump one night. We were going to his house, came around the corner, went to turn the corner. Luckily, his headlights were on. There was a train crossing the crossing right there. You know, it didn't have the flashy lights, just had the crossbucks. So the lights from his truck hit it, and you know, they have those not electrical, but reflective stickers on all the train cars at night, and we saw it. You know, had we, I don't know why we'd have our lights off, but had we not, or been too much hurry, didn't see it, may not have seen it. So, you know, after that, we didn't really jump that thing anymore. So those are risks that, you know, people take. We used to go down, a couple other friends had Blazers or Broncos, and we'd go down and mud and four-wheel down by the river on the northern part of Des Moines. That was actually fairly safe. We'd get off the roads a little bit. We weren't going through the river, but again, you can avoid those things if you can. Another way is through prevention. Prevent. Before, right? All right? Before it happens. Stopping something from getting worse or happening at all. If you can prevent it, it's great. Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. What are some things you do right now that prevent something from getting worse? What do you do right now? What do you do twice a year, probably? Check your grades probably more than twice a year. How about hygiene-wise? What do you do at least twice a year? See the dentist, don't you? So a dental checkup. Make sure your teeth and gums are in good shape. Okay? Once a year before school starts or in the summer, you have to have one if you're going to play any sports. You have to have it what? Physical. You have that getting taken care of. Okay? Those are preventative things that everybody can do. I just went to the dentist a week and a half ago. 2 weeks ago? Is today Friday?
Yeah.
2 weeks ago today. Went and got my teeth cleaned and all that. Okay? Was it 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
Okay. So do that every 6 months. I see my endocrinologist, my diabetic doctor. I see him twice a year. He wants to see me twice a year. I see my endocrinologist one time a year, or excuse me, my cardiologist one time a year, just for checkups, make sure everything's going fine. So those are things that can reduce health risks. Okay. Early prevention. People find out something's wrong. If you find it early enough, sometimes that helps. Some people don't want to do that. They just want to take their chance and say, I'd rather not know. If something happens to them, it happens to them. A lot of the older people think like that. I think your grandpa thinks like that a little bit.
What do you mean?
Grandpa Gruber. He doesn't like the doctor.
I don't remember. The last time I went to the doctor was last year,
Yeah.
this time when he was on vacation, because they go to Padre Island for 2 months every year.
Yeah.
And only went because they literally had to get him surgery down there because it was so bad, he would not go to the doctor.
Yeah. And a lot of people don't. I think I'd rather go and see what has to be done and get it taken care of ahead of time if you can. How do you avoid risks? Choose your friends. Choose friends who avoid high-risk behaviors. Friends that don't drink. Friends that don't drink and drive. Those types of things. Okay? Abstinence. What's abstinence mean? Abstaining from. Not doing it. Okay? I'm sure Mr. Rosemeyer or Mr. Meister talk about abstinence in religion classes and theology. Abstaining from. Listen to the little guy.
Abstinence, a deliberate decision to avoid high-risk behaviors, including sexual activity, and the use of tobacco, alcohol, and other drugs.
Okay, so abstain. During Lent, we abstain from eating meat on Fridays. Okay? Avoid doing it. So abstinence is a good thing. Do we all, or have we all taken high-risk behaviors? Yes, we have. I did when I was young. I mean, I wasn't climbing up water towers or anything at night, but you know, we did some things that probably shouldn't have done. All right? Nobody got hurt, but probably some things in retrospect or in hindsight probably weren't the things we probably should have been doing. But why do you guys think that? Why do you guys do stuff like that? Or your age group, even when I was your age group, why do you do stuff like that? You think what? You're fun, cool, why else?
You're bored.
Maybe bored, but you think you are what?
Invincible.
Invincible. You think you're invincible, it's not going to happen to me. I'm not going to get hurt, it's not going to be a car wreck. Okay? Unfortunately, doggone it, that stuff happens. Okay? I'm sure those kids from Humboldt 2 years ago, 2 in the morning in the back of a pickup coming from a party, didn't think anything was going to happen. Until they went in the ditch and 2 of them got killed. So, that stuff happens, unfortunately. Okay? Abstain from high-risk behaviors. Here's some reasons to practice it. Protect yourself from chronic diseases. We know that chronic diseases are, yeah, that's a form of one. What's a chronic disease?
Long-lasting.
Long-lasting, long-term, reoccurring. Okay? Next one, protect yourself from injury. Break an arm, break a finger, get in a car wreck. Next one, show that you value being well and wellness and being well off and your well-being. And the last thing I think it does, demonstrate maturity. Okay, freshmen act different than sophomores. Sophomores act different than juniors. Juniors usually act a little bit different than seniors. So as we mature along, hopefully we get a little bit better at that. Because I know I wouldn't do things now that I would have done when I was younger. Promoting your own health. Participate in health-promoting behaviors. Reach a high level of wellness. Here at school, we get health coaching twice a year. A lady from a health group comes in from Sioux City through our insurance. It's a cheaper premium for us on our insurance in the month. If we see her twice a year, get our blood work done, set some goals for what we want to do, talk about how our health's going, mental, emotional health along with physical. Do we need to lose a little weight? They give us a grade. How you grade out, they give you a regular letter grade